What is the first Snuff film? Wow. It's a short.
So the first Snuff film is about this crazed, I guess, filmmaker who, now this is back in the early 1900s, but he watches a film at the local cinema, I guess,
and was very disappointed that it wasn't a real killing, and so he wants to do a real killing, and triggering the very first snuff film ever. And this is our take on the first snuff film ever.
So back when we decided to come up with this public domain dungeon series, it was always, we always knew we was going to do a short film with each release.
He just was kind of like, ran the idea past me, what he wanted to do, and kind of the bare bones of what the first Snuff film was going to be. And like, yeah, I knew that's how it all came about, and that's how I got involved.
So, this is my first time directing solo, but honestly, it didn't feel like I was directing solo.
Like any of our productions, everything's a very, very tight, like, skeleton crew, if you could even say that.
The one that's right there might be touchlight, isn't it? No. Oh, I see. You got the touchlight. All right, you come over here. Then back up. Up a lot. There we go. Okay. All right. We're recording. You're dead. Eyes closed. Head this way a little bit. Just staring at me. Okay, everybody. Don't stretch your eyes too much. You're dead.
I mean, it was still a team effort. So, like, I don't even feel like this was like my solo, project.
It was a pretty easy, like, fun, loose production. I mean, he nailed everything he set out to do, I think.
No, the team really pulled together, and really, I give a lot of that to Simon. Like, he's credited as the executive producer, but he was so much more on this film. Like, he's assistant director, camera operator, sound guy, just general set wrangler, if you will.
Producer credit to us, and you can edit this out if you want, but it's almost like a lame term, because I mean, it's not like I funded this film and took control of it and and had all this say and everything, but
Every time I worked with Simon has been a good time, is all I'll say. So he's very calm and just generally hanging out, having a good time.
well, I mean, it's tough to explain, because like I don't really know, like, I feel like I didn't do shit, but like I did everything all at the same time. I mean, but we all did.
With Unspeakable Acts, we had Matt Sneed. He was our special effects guy then. And so it just made more sense to, bring him over to do this one.
This is a guy who can work with literally nothing. And not only that, but like can pull something out of his ass like at the snap of a finger. I mean, Matt definitely, like, he can be our 11th hour guy sometimes, and we're sitting there biting our fingers like, is this going to happen? Is this going to work? And then boom, it does, every time.
He did it. He devised a little contraption, and he had like a little balloon of blood in there, and then he popped it and just. And the thing is, though, it's like a one-take wonder, because if you look, once again, we're a no-budget production. So the shirt that I'm wearing, it's a white shirt. I didn't have a second white shirt. There was no, like, no, this gets hit with blood, it's stained, and we only had one day to shoot it. This had to work. So it was one of those things where we're there, and of course, in the back of my mind, I'm kind of like, oh shit, like, this doesn't work, that's it. Like, we're have to use what we get, and it may be shit. I might have to, like, do some trick, cutaways or whatever. But no, it turned out beautiful. Like, Matt knows what he's doing. That's just all there is to it. Like, seriously, dude's a hell of a special effects artist. So, I mean, there's no concerns there. And like I said, just like last time, he delivered, tenfold on this one. So,
The score was really, really cool.
when it came time for the first Snuff film, I was just like, well, I'll just save, time. I didn't want, once again, when you're working no budget and you got everybody kind of doing multiple things for you, you don't want to just keep relying on everybody. And I'm like, if I can do this myself, I will. And I knew it was going to be a minimum score anyways. Because once again, it's the performance, the story that's more pushing it as opposed to the music. So I knew it'd be very, so initially decided I was going to do it myself. And so, got the idea, the structures, this, what I was going to put in there. And so I hit up Josh and I was like, listen, I said, you care? Because once again, he's in Thin Lines. They have their own studio. And I said, would you care if, I stopped by and just did it there? And maybe you can just kind of supervise.
Me and Daniel got in the basement and just started putting our hands on some instruments. I think we used a lot of keyboard.
We get there, and as, me and him kind of worked together on this, it wound up like I'm not making up. I have no musical talent, so like I can't hit the notes right. It's just really awkward. So he kind of stepped in, and then he starts, playing the music, and it was a really great experience because honestly, like I don't write music, so I never worked with anybody like in that kind of capacity, that fashion or anything. So like literally just having him just come up with these really great notes or pieces of music. And then in my head, I'm piecing it to the movie, like, okay, it'll go here, go there.
Generally went for an atmosphere, not getting overly musical with the score because the movie is the movie and there's a lot of dialogue in it, so I didn't want to distract from the wordage. But there are moments where it's no words are spoken and the music kind of shines through in some ways. But
there's a scene where my character finally goes crazy and he's finally torturing and killing this poor young girl. And initially, the music was going to build up to that, and then it was just going to have like this dark, ominous tone as you hear me manically laughing as I'm, butchering this, poor young defenseless girl, getting hit in the face with blood and all that stuff. All that good stuff that TPS, always brings you. And so anyway, that was the initial idea. So I don't know what it was. We were working on something or other, and I don't know, maybe I was going to do some, I don't know, I don't remember, but he just starts playing this very beautiful melody. And I was just like, what the hell, what are you doing over there? And he's just like, oh, no, just something I'm messing with. And I was like, no, I like that. So I have him play it, and in my head, I'm like, I got to figure out a way to incorporate this. So it was almost like, because you always hear, when you write the script, that's your first draft, and there's multiple drafts, and then you start directing, that's another draft of your script. Things will change. When you edit, that's another, draft. You're doing more changes or whatever. But that's usually the end of it. But this is the first time where I ever heard like the music was dictating how the movie's gonna look or sound or whatever. And so whenever I heard this music, it just hit me like I gotta like literally cut the sound completely from that kill. Like all my crazy laughter, just take that all out. And just literally have this beautiful melody as it just kind of, goes against the grain of what you're seeing. And so, but that was all just this organic, creation from Josh. And it was just, I don't know, it was great.
Just working with Daniel in general, every time that I have, it's been very calm and relaxed, and he doesn't try to control me very much, lets me do kind of what I want within the realm of what he wants. So that works really well for me. I have the freedom to do what I want within a certain boundary, I guess. So it's been very easy to know where that is, the lines, I guess.
Everybody on this film did a great job. Seriously, everybody, pulled their weight. They all, as a thing, we're no budget. No one's getting paid for this. And this was my movie. This is my passion project. So the fact that everybody pulled together to help me achieve this, I truly, that doesn't sound cheesy or corny, but I'm blessed.
And Eric, like I really hope everybody enjoyed it, and we had nothing but fun making it, like we do all the time. Thanks to Daniel and all the rest of the cast and the crew that was involved in that before, making it just like all the time, just a pretty quick shoot.
Was really fun. So it's all been a good time.
I feel lucky. I feel truly honored to have such a great group of friends, family that really come together and just help me do these little things.
I'm just excited to see it released. It's a project that I was really happy working on, and I'm excited for all my friends to see it, and just I'm excited for the future of TPS in general.
So yeah, that's all I got to say. Everybody did great, and that's it. So thank you very much. Stay tuned. We're definitely going. Like I said, this train ain't slowing down. It's gonna be a rocky ride, but it ain't slowing down. It's gonna go off the rails at some point, I think. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So, you guys have yourself a good one. Far out. Anything else you want to add?